Hello everyone and welcome to card number 5 in my Valentine's Day series. I'm going to be taking the mermaid ink from Lawn Fawn as well as the mermaid paper and the bubble and small heart from the Octopi My Heart stamp set. I'm going to be creating my own pattern paper here with the bubbles and the heart. I'm doing a tone on tone look, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and just kind of moving everything around on my stamp block and stamping things out. Things aren't perfect here, but what's not perfect will be covered up. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish that up. I'm also going to be pulling out my Misty here in just a minute, and I'm going to be stamping out the octopus from Octopi My Heart, the bow tie, as well as the Lovable Legends ship and water feature. And I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink for that, and I'm going to be double stamping it because you can see there I messed up on the octopus. I'm using 110-pound cardstock to stamp everything out. I'm just cleaning off my stamp and then I'm repositioning the octopus. I'm going to stamp that out twice so that they match, and I'm going to be using my Copics to color them in. For the boy octopus, I'm using B16 and B12. And I'm going to color that in. I wanted his tentacles to be darker than the rest of him. So I'm just going over that. I do go over them a couple of times to color them in to get the right shading. Because again, I wanted his tentacles to be darker than his face. And for the girl octopus, I'm using BV000, and I believe that was BV01. That's right. I decided to go away from traditional Valentine's Day colors because this is even though this is a Valentine's card, I didn't want to stick with the pinks and reds. I wanted to do something a little more fun. So I colored her in. For the ship, I put the little tiny heart on the flags or on the sail. I thought that was cute. For the ship that I'm going to be using E17, E15 for the boat and the mast, C00 for the flags, or for the sails, and R24 for the heart, as well as the big heart here and the bow, just to tie in a little bit of red, because again, it is a Valentine's Day card. I take the Ocean's Wave border die here and cut out my pattern paper and BG15. I color that on some scrap 110-pound cardstock. I didn't have a pattern or colored paper that I liked that was going to stand up between the mermaid and my background blue sky piece. So I took everything over to my die cutting machine and die cut everything out. I'm just trying to fiddle with all that. I have my pattern paper cut down to 4.5 inches wide, and I'm going to be gluing everything together. I'm going to put the little bow on my little octopus there, and I take a X-Acto knife off camera because I wasn't sure it was work, and I do make a little slit so it looks like they're holding tentacles. And I get everything lined up. My card is going to be a 4.5 by 4.5 square card. So my blue paper there off to the right is just a little shy of 4.5, and but everything else is fit to cut my background panel there, except for this big piece there. I didn't know where I wanted the waves to go, so I made sure to line that up first. And then glue it down, and then I'll trim off the edges once I am happy with the way the water's lined up. And I wanted to make sure that it would fit because it didn't look like it would, but it fits fabulously. So I go ahead and decide to put the ship a little farther back since it's small. I'm using Jessie's ABCs for part of my sentiment and the Unbelievable from the Lovable Legends stamp set. I didn't end up using the waves like I showed. Sorry for my head there. And then I just take the mermaid ink which didn't stamp out perfectly, but I still love the way it looks, so I wasn't going to mess with it. And I get everything put together, and I'm just using a mix between multi-matte and Tombow Mono, and his little tentacle there just kept popping up, so I went ahead and pushed it back down and held it down with my block. I get my little ship in place here, and that is it for my card front. So I go ahead and glue that on. It is a 110-pound cardstock that I'm using for my card base. And for the inside of my card, I take the octopus and the mermaid stamp ink, and I stamp it out onto the bottom corner there. And I take the little heart and do the same thing, and I do second and third generation stamping. So that is it for my card. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye now.